Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We've got a very special guest with us right now. It's our friend. I forgot the name. What is the dog's name?
Oh, this is Sophie.
Sophie. We're gonna interview Sophie real quick. So, Sophie, how are you having? Are you having a good time today?
Let's see. I don't know. I think she's nervous.
Okay. Well,
We'll let her
actually,
off that.
what I heard was groundbreaking, and it's unfortunate that other people can't hear it because I think she just changed my life. I don't know how you're gonna follow that, but we do have Jesse from PyTop on the call right now. How's it going, man?
Hey guys, yeah, good, thanks. I'm jealous, man.
And so we've got Ryan here back on the couch as well. And so Ryan, you and Jesse used to know each other back in the day, right?
Oh, actually, we met at ISTE last year, and I got kind of introduced to one of their latest products, and we just got really excited about it. And we've been kind of talking back and forth with some of Jesse's team, and as we've kind of been going through our development process, they've been kind of going in parallel. So it's just been kind of a cool development as we've seen things progress.
Awesome. So Jesse, thank you for joining us today. Can you tell us a little bit about PyTop and give us kind of like a summary of what you do there?
Yeah, sure. So at PyTop, we make basically go anywhere computers that enable you to create a bunch of different projects and learn computer science using hands-on applications. I'm one of the founders of PyTop. Me and my co-founder Ryan Dunwoody, we started the company in my living room about 5 years ago, and now we're in 3 offices across the world, and have a pretty big footprint of schools, mainly focused on education, on group learning, and that's how we sort of came to know about Sphero. I mean, well, other than I have a BB-8 as well, and I even got the force band for it. I couldn't help it.
The force band's a super cool product.
Yeah, that's solid.
I was like, how could I not get that? I think me and about 1 million other people got that as well. I just I've been aware of Sphero for a long time, and yeah, it's cool to be seeing what you guys are making. I think the RVR is great, and just the way that it's got that actually hands-on, build something aesthetic and goal. It's something near and dear to what we try and do at PyTop.
Can you run us through a little bit about your latest product? Are you able to talk about that yet?
Yeah, well, so we launched our latest product at BET. I've got one right here. That's it with its screen and keyboard accessory. But so this is our latest product. It's called PyTop 4.
Oh, that's cool.
It's our 4th generation device. So PyTop 4. What it is it's a go anywhere computer that enables you to create a bunch of different projects and add a whole range of sensors. And add-ons that you might be interested in. So, one of the things that people will know us for is the sort of really green laptop that we made that allowed you to interact with the Raspberry Pi in a really simple way. So, Raspberry Pi is fantastic. It's a super great PCB basically that allows you to interact with a bunch of stuff. But when you're working in a big group environment or in a classroom, you really need a battery. You need an interface that is less susceptible to breaking or getting shorted. And in general, you need, we talk a lot about low floors, wide walls, and high ceilings, and that low floors with the standard Raspberry Pi is kind of lacking a little bit. And so with PyTop, it's really easy to get involved in computer science, but really the physical aspect of computer science. Using a whole range of sensors to solve a problem that you actually care about. So, maybe, well, it's springtime, a lot of people are gardening. One thing I'm doing is growing cherry tomatoes and peppers on my balcony, and I'm using a PyTop 4 to control the pump and the moisture levels of the soil that my plants are in. And then
That's awesome.
That's a problem that I have because I travel so much. The solution was to use a PyTop with that. The next part of that is to hook up a 12-volt solar panel so that I don't have to have an extension cord going out to my balcony.
That's super cool.
Well, yeah, that's definitely a good way for me to stop killing everything that I ever try to grow. Yeah, my parents, before I got married, gave us like this like bamboo thing, and I think I've watered it like 3 times. Yes.
Is it still alive?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Most of you don't. So, so something that I've noticed is when people get involved in education or educational, you know, styles is the fact that you do it for a reason, right? It's either because there's something lacking in your education or you see something lacking right now. Does that ring true for you? Why is education the field that you've decided that this pie top would really be best for?
Yeah. So yeah, really it was fulfilling a need that I saw was there. So I guess it goes back to when I first met my co-founder, Ryan, it's going to get confusing with Ryan being there and my co-founder being called Ryan as well. But Ryan, he was doing engineering at Oxford University, and I thought, well, how did you get involved in that? He was like, well, I just lucked into it, really. And I had gone to school and never, in fact, actually, like, design and technology at the school I went to was kind of like a dirty word, in that it was like, oh, well, if you're not smart, then you go and do DT, right? And that was literally kind of what it was like. And what it did is this massive disservice to the whole field of computer science and DT of really making, because it was something that schools just didn't really know how to teach very well. So when we did computer science at my school, it was just Excel spreadsheets. It was really boring stuff. And so I went on to do economics, politics, and history, and then went to university to do a law degree, really because I just thought that was the sort of route that I should take. When I started talking to Ryan, and he was like, oh, I kind of lucked into it, and then we were saying, well, okay, if you want to learn how to change the color of a box using JavaScript, like, there's a bunch of stuff like that. But what happens if you want to build something? Like, how do you actually, how do you start to learn how to build a mobile phone, or how do you start to learn how to build any piece of hardware that's out there on the planet? And there wasn't really any like clear-cut way to do that. So what we wanted to do was build a product that would allow people to build any other product, as it were. Now, with the original Pi Tops, you could definitely go down that track. But with the, now that we've been working on this problem for 5 years almost, now you really can turn this into quite literally anything and learn, how do I wire up a button and have it do something? How do I do something way more complex, like make a weather station or a light and art show that has digital inputs and outputs? So it was that wanting to be able to make anything and not knowing or seeing anything that enabled that in the classroom. When you do enable it in the classroom, you just get very special results. You get students creating things that you'd never expect. We actually had a university professor create a surgical microscope using a Pi Top.
It's like amazing how other people can take your ideas and really expand on them, right? Like, you think you're all, you're smart, and you come out with something, and then they just start using it in a different way. That's super cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. And maybe it looks like we have just a few more minutes. I would love to hear kind of your take on how students or hackers or makers or any type of learner could maybe incorporate a Pi Top with a rover, because I know we've had a bunch of different conversations over the last several months, and we always get super excited about it when we think about it and we talk about what people might do with Pi Top 4 ecosystem with rover. And I just heard you describe it as a go anywhere computer, and that's just an awesome coincidence. We call it the go anywhere, do anything robot. So you put those two things together, and there's some cool possibilities. Is there anything on your mind that you think could be cool, exciting to talk about?
Yeah. So, I think that what's great about the rover is that it has that topper, that topper which allows for accessibility of other, to play with other hardware. It kind of in the same vein that we have a standard GoPro mount here, and we expect people to mount this on things to do things. We have a similar ethos in that we want people to work together to actually, create something bigger. So with a PyTop and a rover, the great thing about a rover is it can literally go anywhere. With the PyTop, we built it we built it to be rugged. And I think, you could hook up a number of sensors to do put a camera on here and have the video stream back to a computer that you have at a base station. Use the rover to send your project somewhere remote that you wouldn't, that you don't have to go as a human. You could put in motors and use some 3D printed parts and create a robotic arm. I saw on your Kickstarter you had like a dart launcher and sort of grabber. All of these things you can create with a Raspberry Pi, a PyTop 4, and a range of sensors or motors that you can put out there.
That's so cool. Man, thank you, Jesse.
Yeah, and so just to finish things up, if I'm a teacher looking to get a PyTop for my classroom, or if I just want one for myself, where do I go?
Yeah, so if you just pop in PyTop into Google, you'll see it sort of all over the place. We're in a lot of different distributors. PyTop 4, you'll have to wait a little bit longer, although it's out there and that you can read about it and see what you might be able to do with it. You can sign up on our website to know exactly when it'll be launching in terms of when you can get it in your hands, but be around May for the first units to be out there.
Cool. We'll look out into May for the new PyTop 4 that's going to be coming out. We're probably going to be seeing it on some rovers too, eventually. But Jesse, thank you so much for your time and joining us today. We'll make sure that we get that PyTop rover combination going, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Jesse.
Yeah.
Really appreciate you dialing in, man.
Yeah, thank you so much. And so that's going to be it for that interview for Jesse. Thank you, Ryan, for joining us. And though we do have some more things on tap, we're going to take a 5-minute break. See you soon.